Good morning, time pirates. How are ye this morning? How you
I
doing, Alicia?
I'm awake. Um I
Awake how?
finished I finished that stuff yesterday after writing sprints and
Hmm.
it ended up being 12 pages.
Wow,
12 pages.
that's a lot of work to win an argument.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving up. Ironically though, he I don't know what he did this morning, but he was up and out of bed very early and he was in his office. He says he was doing paperwork. Um, and then he went to the office. So I maybe maybe I finally got through to him. Maybe. Just
So he's pouting.
maybe.
He's pouting now. He's like, I want one.
I don't know if he's pouting. It's just more of like a maybe I lit a fire under his ass and said, "This is the way it is. If you want it to work, then we need to figure something out." So, I don't know.
Be creative, my love. Be creative.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. And he even, like, he read the 12 pages stuff while we were watching TV last night. So, anytime there was a commercial, he was reading it, which I didn't think he was going to do, to be honest. I'm actually impressed that he read it to first off, because normally I send him stuff and he just kind of goes, "Yeah, I glanced at it."
Well, it shows you how much he wants this, so I think that's impressive at least.
So yeah, at least he read it, and then he was like, "When you did the calculations on the paper, did you include X, Y, and Z?" And I said, "No. This is me not including any extras." I said, "If you got no commissions, no YouTube, there was no tax refund coming, there was no extra funding coming in. This is what your base salary pays for." And he was like, "Okay."
Oh, I like that. So it's like he's like, okay, well, if I get those bonuses that I'm supposed to maybe have the possibility for, then he can get his car. I like that.
Yeah, because I mean, right now, like, if I mean, he has what they call a guarantee. So it's
Right.
kind of like he's getting a commission, but I'm not counting that because right now I'm using that to try to pay off the last of the credit cards before that expires. And that expires after April. So after April,
Oh
it's
yeah, so you can't depend on that for bills if it has an expiration date.
exactly.
Yeah.
So after April, it's whatever the base pay is unless he gets a commission.
Hmm.
So, but I'm again not counting those. So, I'm just like this is what it is. And as of right now, it looks like his credit card might be paid off. Mine might have a little bit left, but it'll be better than what it was. So then I've just got to make sure that I don't buy anything, and if I do have something go on the credit card, it gets paid off. Because there are a couple of bills that my card is used for. So I just have to make sure that those are reimbursed, if that makes sense.
Yep, totally does.
So that's where we're at. Mm.
Nice. Well, this morning I will be updating the books 3, 4, and 5 for Agra for all the typos. So I'm going to get those done. There were less typos as we moved along as we got better. Book 1 and book 2 had significantly more, but they're all fixed now. So I'm going to get 3, 4, and 5 done and then get everything uploaded.
Are these your books or somebody else's books?
They're Kevin Petway's books, but they're for they're my company's books.
Uh, Gotcha.
Yes, I'll be working on day jobs. So I'm not doing very well stealing time today because I've got too much day job stuff and I am behind. So I'm going to use this time. I think that's why I've been having trouble writing
Because
because
there's so much on your plate.
I'm behind on other stuff. So I can't be
Yep.
creative when there's so much stress on me that I can't write. So I need to get some of these things knocked off in order to write again. So, and
I
it's
get that.
crazy because I'm at the ending too. And usually the ending of the book is the easiest part to write.
Right.
But I can't the hardest thing I do, period, out of all the things I do is write. So if I don't have enough things off my plate to actually be able to concentrate on that, I just can't do it. But I have my doctor's appointment Friday, so maybe I will ask about, ADHD meds then. See, how do I get some meds? If I could just take them in the morning just to write, that would be great.
Right.
Let's see who's joined us in chat. We have Ren. We have Ren in. Ren, hello, everyone. Good afternoon, Ren. It is so good to see you. Ren has a couple journal articles to read for school, so that's what I'll be doing. Excellent. That sounds fun. I don't know. It depends on what class it is.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
What
And
class is this
yeah,
for?
which one? Ren. And then I'll be starting an Arcane Inheritance by Kamala Cole. Is book 2 out? Is that from the Arcane Academy? Interesting. I've got a few Spotify hours left before they reset tomorrow, so I don't want them to go to waste. Yep, makes sense to me. Get them in while you can. Lindsay says, morning, guys. Good morning, Lindsay. So good to see you. Or good afternoon in your case. And Annette, also good afternoon. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Got all people all on the other side of the world. So good to see you guys. I hope you've got some amazing stuff planned for this morning. Let us know in the chat so we can root for you. I say that a lot, and every time I have to write it, I have to look up how to spell it because it makes no sense to me that root is spelled just like plant root.
I think that's a different book that she's reading, The Arcane Inheritance, because book 2 of the Arcana Academy by Elisa Kova, that's Prince of Swords, and it's not expected until July.
Gotcha. All right, so it's a completely different book. So obviously I had no idea who the author was. And Arcane instead of Arcana. I just...
yeah, I'm trying to... I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just going to read it how it is.
Yeah, you got it. No, your pronunciation was fine. What I mean was that the book she says is not Arcana, it's Arcane, yeah.
Let me see if I can find her.
Annette says, I need to write a review for Where the Wildflowers Grow by Tara Sheldon Harris. Beautiful book. Ooh, that sounds cool. Ren says, An Arcane Inheritance is a different series and author. Thank you, Ren. Arcana Academy is Elise Kova. Yeah, now that Alicia said it and you've written it down, I'm like, oh yeah, I knew that. I totally
It's a beautiful cover.
Do you see how my brain isn't working? This is why I cannot write right now. But fixing typos, I don't need that part of my brain. I'll be fine. I just have to, you know what I mean? That part I can do.
An Arcane Inheritance is a modern-day dark academia fantasy with a twist, perfect for fans of Babel and a deadly education.
Oh, nice. I did start reading Sword of Kaigen last night.
Yeah.
But I thought it's like in modern-day Japan. At least the beginning is. And I thought it was a fantasy, like historical fantasy. So I'm so confused right
now.
As soon as the kid said video games, I'm like, wait, what? So nobody warned me that at least it begins in modern times, because I'm only 15 pages in. So, it's not like I know anything about the book yet, except they have video games. So it's modern times.
Video games.
I'm like, I'm so confused right now. Because they were climbing a mountain to go to school, right? And so that could be in any time. So I thought, yep, makes sense. Fantasy, we're good. That says, I have Sword of Kaigen on my TBR. Yeah, it's part of, I put it on our fantasy for like the mother-son thing or whatever. Like I can't remember what the thing was. But anyways, I have that. So I've been dying to read it because I heard it's so, so good. But right now I'm just confused. So I don't know.
Almost reminds me, you say you have to climb a mountain to go to school, and I'm like, I had to walk 15 miles in the snow up the hill.
Well, it's Japan, right? There's a lot of mountain climbing in Japan, so it makes total sense. But yeah, so I'm very confused. So I'll let you know, Annette, because I'm pretty sure this book has like 4.6 or something on Goodreads, like crazy high. Let me see. 4.4, still really, really high. And 94,000. So it's not like it just has 60 ratings or something, right? So this is what I've heard, this thing is amazing. It's also almost 700 pages, which is why, I've waited so long. It's like, I love deep, long, amazing books. Like, Raven Scholar that we're going to talk about tonight. And yet I still put off reading them.
Yeah, I've got a couple of books like that on my TBR.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I'm like, I love this book. Why are you waiting? Yeah, I don't understand.
It's
even the thing on the back doesn't make you think, the back cover copy, I'm looking at it again, doesn't make you think modern times.
Weird.
Yeah, I have no idea. I guess we're going to find out. Because they use swords to fight. If you're in modern times, what good is that? I don't know. Maybe it's just alternate history and it's just a weird combination. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't like that part at all. It's really driving me crazy. As you can see, it's driving me batty. Yeah.
Like timeline shift or anything?
I don't know. These are the same characters. I just looked to see, and these are the back cover copy, because I have the ebook because it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I couldn't read the back cover copy, or I didn't bother to, not couldn't. And so I'm looking at it right now on Goodreads, and yeah, these are the same characters they've introduced. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Dun, dun, dun.
Annette says, it is a potential Here Kid book for me. Awards prompt. Excellent. Yeah, it did win SPIFFO. Ren, I still need to read from ML Wong as well. Now, I did read Blood Over Brighthaven and loved it. Loved it. I loved that book. But that book was clear from the very beginning what it was. This one, I'm a lot confused. But also, that book was traditionally published, so they had editors. I have no idea what she had or didn't have for this first one. I say she. I don't even know what pronouns they. I don't know what they had.
True.
And Megan joined us. Hello, Megan, and welcome to Discord. Megan! I saw you join Discord. I made sure you got all the permissions you needed. And that's for everyone. Like, while you're on Sprints this morning, if you have comments you want to leave about Raven Scholar, please do that. Yep. So I think I'll put the link in again.
We discuss tonight at 8:30.
8:30 Eastern.
Yes.
So there's the link for the Discord, and just put anything that you think of, put it in the Shore Leave category, because that's our other book club. So just put it in the Shore Leave category, and we will.
And make sure you note that it is for Raven Scholar.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty obvious. So, but we'll see it in there.
I think it will be too, but just in case.
And Lindsay says, okay, kitchen bin's emptied, so I'm ready to read. Still on Little Women, and this is how you lose the time war. Excellent. And Annette, I also love Blood Over Brighthaven, right? So I've been looking forward to this one, so we'll see. I don't have a problem with the writing yet, right? Like, the writing's fine. I'm very confused. And I wasn't confused at all in Blood Over Brighthaven. Oh, and Lindsay already put their comments in. Make sure I can see them. Yep, there they are. Yay! All right, perfect. Ooh, I love your pages, Lindsay. They're so pretty.
Now I have to go look.
Oh, I love that. Y'all make me want to journal so bad. Like this kind of journaling.
Oh, there it is. I was
you finished Exile of Wolf already? Oh, I'm so jealous. I don't start that until I finish this bio I'm reading. Memoir.
I do like her pages.
So pretty. I love them because this is the kind I want, right? Like, it's so pretty and it feels so personal, which is the point of these, right? You know, that's the point of this. They should feel personal. I love it. Did you hand do all that lettering? I mean, obviously you wrote, but I mean the lettering, like that for the titles and stuff.
That looks like sticker. Wow.
The letters?
Yeah. They're stickers.
Well, I
like
guess if they're printed, huh?
Yeah, it looks like they were possibly cut out. Because
Gotcha.
Raven Scholar looks like it actually has words on the title. You know, like it was written on, or that was the paper, and then she cut it out, or like used a Cricut or whatever. Wow, those are pretty.
Right?
Looks like she uses an A5 notebook.
Nice. I got distracted. See, don't go in Discord. I'm telling you, man, my brain is not functioning. It is just not functioning. All right, Lindsay, excellent. So we have your comments on there. I didn't even read them yet because we'll read them tonight so that we know. And Paula, hey, Paula, good morning. Good to see you, or good afternoon for you. Lindsay says, I have Blood Over Brighthaven on my March TBR. Oh, Lindsay, it's so good. It's so good. I've never seen a book cram so many themes into the book without it feeling like it's preachy at all. It was really, really well done. Ren, the other ones that I have left are Paladin's Grace, Pawn of Prophecy, Harrow the Ninth, The Fellowship of the Ring, and Before We Say Goodbye. I would say if you weren't in school, you totally got it. Being in school with 10 days left, I don't know, Ren. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. But I think you could do it.
How many titles was that? 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
2 pages per book, depending on if she can do it.
2 pages per book.
2 days per book, I mean.
Oh, to finish them. Yes.
Yeah.
And Paula says, ooh, Lindsay, those are 2 of my favorite books. And Paul says, squirrel. Yeah, exactly. I'm squirreling so bad. It's not just today. It's been this whole week. And I don't know why. I can't seem to get it together.
It is halfway through the week, and this is typical for us.
Yeah, but no, this has been me since the whole week. So I don't know what's been wrong. I don't know what's wrong this week.
It's because you got a lot on your plate, so your mind is in like 50 billion different tabs.
But I always have a lot on my plate, but that's okay. All right. I don't know. It's just this week. Something is squirrely.
Spring festivities are happening.
Are they?
Yeah. Because we've got Mardi Gras, and we have, I think, Ramadan, and there's one other.
We did have gumbo and boudin for dinner. The gumbo was really good. The boudin was But, we bought the boudin and we made the gumbo. Like, Kevin made the gumbo. So
right.
The gumbo was delicious, but it was even leftover gumbo. Like, it was out of the freezer gumbo, and it was so good. The boudin was not good. We tried to make boudin once and it didn't quite work, so I guess we need to do it again. One of the main flavors of boudin is chicken livers, and I swear there were no chicken livers in that boudin. Like, I'm like, dude, you have to have that. It doesn't taste right without it.
I've never had it, so I couldn't tell you.
Boudin's so good. It's basically just rice and sausage in a sausage casing.
Lunar New Year was also yesterday, and my son came home with Panda Express. And I was like, how did you get Chinese food? And he was like, oh, because somebody came, and he's very much a like storyteller already. He was like, oh, somebody came all the way from China, and they were telling us about the Lunar New Year, and we got this activity book and sticker sheet, and they brought us Chinese food. And I was like, say what now?
Somebody came from China and brought them Panda Express. I think there's a little exaggeration in that.
That's what I mean.
Sorry.
I was just like,
I don't think.
We have a Panda Express in Brandon, right?
No,
like,
but I don't mean that. What I mean is an actual Chinese person is not going to bring you Panda Express. That is American Chinese food. That is not Chinese food.
That's what I told him. I was like, no. I was like, I'm willing to bet that you're. And I was like, how long ago did you get that? And he was like, well, right before recess. I was like, when do you go to recess? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, And I was like, okay, so this is like still good food. You can put it in the fridge. Like we're not throwing it out or anything. But he had like a little box of like chicken fried rice, and then they put in like pieces of orange chicken.
Oh, I mean, that is the most popular. But again, not Chinese.
Right? And I was
By
like,
the way, I love
okay.
Panda Express. Nothing against Panda Express.
Right?
Just
I have not
that's
eaten it in ages.
I
I
love
want to get some Chinese food, but and he was like, "We had these cookies." I was like, you had cookies?" And he goes, "Yeah." I goes, "I don't know what kind it was." And there was
the
like a
fortune
little
cookies,
I was like, "Was there a piece of paper on the inside?" And he goes, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I said, "They're fortune cookies." He goes, "Yeah, they're so good."
which were invented in San Francisco and have nothing to do with China.
Yep. Trying to tell him all of these things. I'm just like he's like, "No, they're not. They're from." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I don't know what your school is teaching you, but."
This is why I always taught my kids at home also, because schools sometimes are just full of shit. And that's one of them.
Or he'd
So
come home
funny.
and he'd say something, and I'd just be like, "Yeah, however, it was," and I'd explain a little bit more, and he goes, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, my son got in trouble because they were still celebrating Columbus Day when he was in school. And but I told him exactly who Columbus was. And so when he goes to school and they were like, "Oh, and so how did Columbus discover America?" Because that's the stuff they say, right? And he was like, "Because he was bad at math." And they were like, "What?"
He was bad at math, therefore he took a detour and thought
No,
he was
he was bad at he calculated the circumference of the earth as much smaller than it actually was.
Ah,
So if you were going to sail from Europe to Asia, it was a lot shorter voyage if you think the earth is smaller than it is, right?
hmm,
That's why no one would give him money to do this, because everyone else looked at his math and said, "No, this is
mhm.
wrong. This is how big the earth is." And he's like, "No, it's not." That whole everyone thought the earth was flat, but Columbus was like, "No, it's not. That's such bullshit." I don't know why. Now that's what they taught us when we were in school, right? So in the 80s. I'm like, I don't why would anyone have believed that? Like I'm sure there still are, right? Some farmers somewhere that, and I say farmers as in they weren't like educated in colleges and stuff in the
Right.
1800s. Nothing against farmers' education. That's not what I mean. But some people that weren't like educated, that thought that the Earth was flat because their world was this tiny little thing, and that part of the world is flat, right? You know what I mean? Only your world that you live in, is flat, but the Earth is not. And no educated person thought that. The courts did not think that. The royalties did not think. No one thought the Earth was flat. And yet that's what I was taught in the 80s. I'm like, why do people teach me that? It's part of the reason why we have trouble with the education system. I'm like, I was lied to over and over, and I learned more, and I was like, what? And I learned more, and I was like, what? I even just
Yep.
learned today that, because we were always told yesterday that the that we, during the end of World War II, that we bombed Japan with with the nuclear weapons, that we bombed them to prevent a land war, because an invasion would have cost so many more lives, both American and Japanese. And by doing this, we would have saved lives, right? I believe this my whole life. It's a lie. It was propaganda that was put out afterwards so that people wouldn't question what we did. But no, we did it because it was a threat against the Russians who were going to invade Japan. So we used those bombs to show the Russians what we would do. So instead of being the end of World War II, it was actually the beginning of the Cold War. And that's why we used those bombs. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Watching all the propaganda, I can't. I'm like, oh, great. One more thing that I thought was absolute truth is BS. It's also BS. It's just,
I mean, beginning to think that that's what this country is about.
I'm just so tired, Alicia.
Not
I'm
everything.
just so
Yes.
tired. I'm so tired.
The more you know.
The more tired you get? Is that, is that the
Maybe.
end of that?
Maybe.
Well, I'm going to pretend none of it matters, and I'm going to get back and read my fantasy books. So we'll finish the chat and start our first sprint. What do we got? Oh, Ren says that she was going to get to those books in March. Gotcha. Oh. Doesn't our fantasy end at the end of March? Those were our fantasy books you have left. I gotcha. That makes so much more sense now. I was like, dude,
Yes.
you have 10 days left and you're in school. How are you? Okay, I gotcha. That that makes sense. I
That
only have
makes more
4
sense.
books left, so I think I should be no big surprise that our fantasy is the easiest one for me to since I read more fantasy than anything. So I have Sword of Kaigan to do. Drop of Corruption. That's the book 2 after Tainted Cup. Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. And this one, which I'm reading this month, the Girl Who Heard Dragons by Anne McCaffrey. So I only have 4 books left. I think I'll make it.
I have a lot, so whatever doesn't get read in the next 10 days is. I'm just gonna use March as a catch-up month
For our fantasy?
for anything
Mm.
in general. My TBRs. There may not be a TBR in March. It's gonna be a we're catching up month.
Mm-hmm.
So that we
I
can
understand.
reset and do April TBR game.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember if I read it, so I'm going to read it again. Lindsay says, I'm so pleased you like my journal pages. Kelly, I'm happy for you to show Jessie if she'd appreciate them. Yeah, she's on that thing. I'll tag her. She's on our Discord. She's one of my authors. So I can tag her. Paula, the ADHD squirrels are out in full force this week. Yeah, for sure. Full
I
force.
agree.
Molly, I should have gotten Panda Express last night. I drove right by it. Yeah, see, I do like my Panda Express. I do. Just using it as a sample when you're trying to teach kids about Chinese New Year. That's the part that bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, they could have made egg rolls. It's not that hard. Molly, for sure, Paula. Kiana joined us. Good morning, Kiana. It's so good to see you. Haven't seen you in a few days. How has your week been? Have your ADHD? I don't know if you have ADHD, but have your squirrels been going crazy? Because mine have. Lindsay says all the Chinese restaurants here are shut this week for Lunar New Year. Your son has great storytelling potential for the future. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Him and his sister both. They create their own scenarios when they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, well, this happened and then this happened, and they have dialogue, and it's crazy. Maybe
that's what you should. There's a card game called Gloom. I played that with my kids because they were really good with storytelling too. And it is, like I said, it's a card game. It's perfectly fine for children, by the way. And it, otherwise I would not have recommended it. And for this one, part of the game is you have to tell a story. You get a family, and you win first because it's Gloom, right? It's kind of like Addams Family, and you win by killing your family first. And I don't mean like physically killing them. Like there's ways, like wild weasels come out of the forest and take them away. Things like that.
Right.
And so the first person, like you screw another player by bringing one of their characters back to life, that kind of thing, right? So it's dark and hilarious. The cards, the artwork is awesome. The things on the cards are so funny. And when you go to play a card, you have to tell a story about it. So it's a circus, right? So it's a circus. It's like, the trapeze artist, you're playing a card that says, fell to their death, right? So it'd be like, the trapeze artist decided to take the lion tamer up to the, trapeze. It's going to be easy. Can you test this for me? And then he falls to his death, things like that. So you have to tell a story to play that card, and it has to connect, right? And so it's so much fun. I bet your kids would love that.
I'll have to look into it and see if I can.
We haven't played that in a while. That would be fun to play again. See if my old kids now, could actually play it. Let's see. Ren, I never knew that people learned a different version of the beginnings of the Cold War. Yeah, it's ridiculous how much propaganda we hear that we think is real, because it sounds real, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you learn more about it, and you're like, oh, I mean, I know we dropped it on Japan, not Germany, because of racism, right? Dropping it on someone who didn't look like us was a lot easier than dropping it on people that, were our family not that long ago. I knew that forever. But the other part I did not know. Kiana says, that's how I feel whenever I find out something has racist origins. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. I'm just so tired. Ren, but better late than never. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is why, by the way, I still read nonfiction and I still watch documentaries and I still, you know what I mean? I still, because I
Mhm.
know. Remember, I just told you the other day that I was tired of World War II stuff, and yet that I still didn't know. But I'm tired of historical fiction World War II. I'm not tired of nonfiction World War II.
Right.
And Candace, like, almost everything has racist origins, for sure, especially in this effing country. Annette, oh, Into the Johnny Depp is so good. Ooh, Annette, looks like you and I have same taste. We need to share. I haven't read it yet, but that's why I want to, right? But I love Shauna McGuire. Met her a few years ago, and she's wonderful. Kiana, yes, my squirrels have been going crazy. Right? What is this? What is this? I feel like COVID again, where I just can't concentrate for 5 seconds. Ren, yeah, Kiana, it's actually so sad when you think about how much stuff is based on the worst things ever. Yeah. Yeah. Paula, I love Gloom. The art is so cool, right? It's so cool. We need to get Gloom again, Kevin. We can bring it to the brewery and play. Kenna says, hello to all of the peoples. And Paula says, another good game is Dixit. Yes, I keep wanting to play that one, but I can't quite convince my family for that one. Paula says, hey to Kiana, and Ren says, hey to Kiana. And excellent. All right, let's start this first sprint. I'm going to edit, so at least I can get work done, even if I can't get writing done. So I'm holding this up because I marked all the changes in here. I downloaded it because I have copies, right? But I downloaded it on Kindle so I could see the actual copy people are getting so I could fix that. So excellent. All right. Well, here we go in our first sprint. Good luck. And there we have our first sprint, and I have the hiccups. So this is going to be interesting.
Not the hiccups.
I haven't even been drinking. That's no fun. I mean, come on. Hiccups should be earned.
Right.
I have the hiccups. Well, I got through the first 3 chapters of Typos, but I also petted the dog for a while and talked to my husband about Tallarico and the Colbert interview and, things like that. So what did you get done?
I'm starting to put things in. So when I do the budgeting, I write it on notebook paper and then I stick it into a notebook.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing that and I ate breakfast and then I started typing up some things and I got 270 words there. And then I let the cat outside because she just kept meowing at me. Go outside. So
nice.
things
I
are
wish we had
happening.
like a little area I could let our cats out. They would really like that. But
That's what
I can't.
we have the pool area
The
is
pool,
covered.
right? Yeah. Very jealous. I mean, you got to cover it. It's in Florida. If you don't, there's going to be gators.
And leaves galore.
Well, leaves are everywhere. Except maybe Arizona.
But they would be in the pool.
No, but I mean, that's a problem everywhere. But most places don't cover their pools. But Florida, you have to. And it's not just gators, right? It's also snakes and all kinds of things. But gators mostly.
We even have frogs and lizards that get sucked in.
Oh, yeah. But those are going to come through anyways. We get those too. Again, we get all of that. What we don't get are the gators. So we don't have to put the thing around. And we do have gators here, but not like Florida.
No. Thankfully, we have not come across a gator. We've had other things in our yard. We've had at least 4 different types of snakes and lots of squirrels and frogs and rats and that kind of
Lizards.
thing. Lizards, geckos, feral cats. I've seen a raccoon or a possum or 2.
Yeah, see, all of those we get too. Yeah, we have a possum that goes under one of our and goes out that way to go out back. So there's a little forested area to the right of our neighborhood. So I think he's just using our backyard as a go-between, which is silly considering we're the ones with dogs.
He likes teasing the dogs.
That's right. Yeah, they do because they'll come out and they'll sniff. And at first I didn't know what they were sniffing. They're just sniffing their dogs. And then one day we caught the possum. Xander's like, Mom, come look. We watched him walk out. We're like, huh. Well, good thing the animals are up to date on their shots.
Right?
Let's see where we were here. We got through the gaming. Annette's online club. Did I read that? I don't know if I read that out loud. Annette says, I'm part of an online book club. They meet every February to discuss the latest Wayward Children book. Shannon is great. That's so cool. I love that. I've only read one book in the Wayward Children series, and it was somewhere in the middle. And so I didn't realize it was a whole series when I bought it. And because, traditional publishing is really bad about that. So I have put it on my list of books I need to read. I like that they're novellas, kind of like the Murderbot series. I kind of like a novella series. That's nice. That's what mine is, too. It's a novella series. Sometimes it's nice to get a series that's just really quick.
Yeah.
And Paula says, oh, Mercury isn't retrograde. And I was like, even if I knew what that meant. And yeah, I never kept up with that stuff. Paula says that makes sense as to why the ADHD squirrels are going nuts, pun intended. Alicia laughs, and Molly says, open the windows, but it isn't warming up as fast as expected outside. Going to cuddle with the bed covers and watch on TV. Yeah, today's air conditioned day, Kevin. It's going to be in the 80s, not the 70s. He's been trying to open windows instead of having to turn the air on, but yeah, we already have to turn the air on in February. That's Houston right there. Sums us up. Sums up one part of us anyways.
Mercury in retrograde, it occurs 3 times, primarily in water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and 1 air sign, Libra, emphasizing deep emotional processing, intuition, and revisiting past relationships or creative projects rather than just communication mishaps.
I'll pretend those
So
words made sense to me. Yeah. Let's
right
see.
now it's saying that it's basically focusing on emotional sensitivities. So our brains are wonky, and that's why.
Molly says, stupid retrograde Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
And Dee Dee says, hey there, Kelly and Alicia popping in to say hi and tap the like button. Thank you so much, Dee Dee. It is good to see you. Alicia says, hello, Dee Dee. And Kiana says, hello to Dee Dee. And got to 23% of the reading list by Sarah Nishi Adams. Ooh, that sounds fun. And Mel Melly's on. Hey, Mel Melly, good to see you. And she says hello to us and Kiana.
Hello.
And still making my way through Beth is Dead. Didn't get to read as much as I wanted to yesterday. I get that. I started and DNF'd a book yesterday. So, hey, that's one less book I own. So I'll take it. Hey, hey. She's eating the bed. Beat her. She just swallowed that. Would you stop? Stop eating our bed. The cat clawed a part of our bed, right? The box springs.
Mm-hmm.
And the puppy's like, oh, look.
No, ma'am. No.
No. I don't care how cute you are. Do not eat the bed. It's not good for you. No swallowing that.
Yucky.
And Annette says, I posted my review for Where the Wild Flowers Grow. Yay, nicely done. And Kiana says hi to Mel. And Ren says, so I got one reading down, too many to go, right? But you got one down. Woohoo! Good job. Good job. And Annette says the reading list is a real feel-good read. I know I saw it, and I can't remember. I didn't even get a chance to go through all those books that I do have it on my TBR. The internet is slow today. So it's a fiction, unforgettable and heartwarming debut about how a chance encounter with a list of library books helps forge an unlikely friendship between two very different people in a London suburb. Oh, that does sound like a feel-good read. And I love a good reading list too. I wonder what the reading list has on it. I like the I'm addicted to reading list. I get them. I'm like, oh, I should read all of these. And then Mel says, Alicia, I'll have your videos playing on a loop on my TV today to get you some watch hours.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I should check and see where I'm at. Let's see if I can find it real quick. 486 subscribers, so I need 14. And I'm at 1,624 watch hours out of 3,000.
What do I have? I have 5457 public watch hours. It looks like I can already apply. But I get a higher level if I get to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, so I think at the 500 level, you can start doing like the memberships and if you had merch, you could do that, but then you can start monetizing at 1,000 and do other things.
Yeah, I think my problem is that it is, I have to think about, I have to add value in order to offer something else. And I don't think I have any time to add any value right now. So that's why I haven't done it, right? Because I have to add something else. I have to add sprints that are just exclusive or a different video that's just exclusive, or, I have to add something for the subscribers. And I don't have any more energy. I don't know what else to do. Kiana says, so far To Kill a Mockingbird and Little Women. Did I miss that? Was that supposed to go in a different chat? Lindsay says, did you see Goodreads is getting a DNF shelf? I mean, I have a DNF shelf. Like, I just made one. I got an email about it as I have one named DNF. Yeah, see, exactly. Doesn't say when it'll go live. Oh, I gotcha. So we could just use theirs instead of that. Interesting.
Oh, speaking of getting things,
Hmm.
this has nothing to do with Goodreads, but I got a piece of mail yesterday, and I didn't know that this was a thing, but apparently I've had 50 sales on Pengo. So they sent me that, and they sent me a bunch of stickers.
That's pretty cool. That's good customer service. I
I
like
didn't know
it.
that was a thing.
Nice. And Kiana said, yeah, it's kind of cute so far, but I'm not a fan of one main character. Oh, so those are the books on the list. I gotcha. To Kill a Mockingbird and Little Women. I gotcha. Now. That makes sense.
I have to read both of those as well.
I've read To Kill a Mockingbird. Not worth it. Waste of my time.
Oh.
I do not. Sometimes I just don't. Sometimes I think people choose books as their favorite books just because they're supposed to.
No. It has to be like a 5-star, and I have to be thinking about it like 2 weeks after I finish reading it in order for me to go, yes, that is my favorite book.
Yeah, I don't. If you are nostalgic for small town 1950s life in America, then I can see why you would love that book. Otherwise, I don't see like the exciting parts that you see in the movie, the parts that are actually tackle racism and stuff like that. That is such a tiny, minuscule part of that book. And they don't even really go into depth about it. And it just, I'm like, but that's the meat of the story so much that that's what they concentrate on when they make movies or any kind of adaptations. But that's not even, it's not even a quarter of the freaking book. So I was like, I do not understand. It's just more proof my brain just doesn't work like so many other people's. And Kiana says, yeah, those two books. And I need to read To Kill a Mockingbird I read To Kill a Mockingbird in school. I barely remember it. Yeah, there's no way in school I would have appreciated it because it's written from a kid's perspective, but it's written for adults. And you can tell. Do you see what I mean? Like it is not written for children, even though it is a child perspective. So I could see reading it as a child, not actually getting anything from it. Mel says, same, Key. I thought about rereading it, but IDK, I'm telling you, man. Ugh. So, and I've not read Little Women. We talked about that the other day, so I will. Yeah.
I will try to read them, but I make no guarantees on finishing. If I can't get into it, like I said, I give books 100 pages, if that. If I can't get into it, then it goes because there's so many other things I need to read or want to read.
That's why I DNF'd that book yesterday. It's not because it was the worst book I've ever read. It was just because it was boring. You know what I mean? Like everything about I've seen this 1,000 times. I don't need to know what all the characters look like. I don't need to, all that kind of stuff. And then I started reading Sword of Kaigen, and I was like, okay, this is what I want, right? This is the book. It's not, I don't understand. So I'm analyzing while I'm reading it. Why did I couldn't get onto this one, and why was this one I was into right away, even though it confused me being in modern times. And so I like doing that also as a writer, right? So it's like, well, I don't want people to put down my book. So how can I fix this?
Yep.
So yeah, Emil says, Little Women, on the other hand, is one that I reread quite a bit. I love the bond between the sisters. And Candace says, I've never read Little Women. I missed so many classics. Me too. Vanessa, just in time, we are about to hit our second sprint. So perfect timing. Good morning to you. And I shall continue getting this in. Vanessa says, a little late getting in. Had to start some oat milk and feed old lady cat twice. She's very skinny, so if she wants food, she gets food. That sounds fair. Candace says, one they can totally skip is The Great Gatsby. Yes.
Yeah. I've read that one.
Yeah, that one also is just...
That one was okay.
I don't know. I do have some remakes of The Great Gatsby, and I've not read The Great Gatsby since I was a kid. So I might reread it because it's short, just to get to the retelling one. So I could do that video thing. So I might. We'll see. All right, so let's start our second sprint. And that was our second sprint. I got to chapter 14. Yes, it is slow going. I swear everything I do takes forever. How'd you do, Alicia?
I wrote another 270 words and continued to work on the notebook.
Very nice, very nice.
Slowly but surely.
One step at a time, man. One step at a time. Let's see. Jean says, I found Little Women pretentious, which I find funny. Because the Louise, is it Louisa May Alcott? She actually made her living as a writer under a male pen name, writing a whole bunch of just schlock, right? So for Little Women to be pretentious, I find that hilarious. And Jean, if your comments are disappearing again, let me let's see.
I also popped into Dee Dee's and she was having the same problem. So I think it's something on YouTube's side of things because it seems everybody is having issues with comments disappearing. And I've heard that they're making changes.
And Jean says, I've made 3 and gone. Huh. Can anyone see my comments? So we can't see these comments, the ones I just read. And Vanessa says, I can see you, Jean. And Jean wants to know what's the first message. I see the comment about Little Women being pretentious. And I agree, honestly. Jean says, I had message before that and it is gone. It's so weird. But I'm glad it was on Dee Dee's stream too. Like, it's not my stream, it's YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I have something set weird? Because I didn't even set this up, right? So I didn't. Safo did, but he doesn't. He's more liberal about comments than I am, so I can't imagine that he would have blocked anything. And Vanessa says, ugh, I wish I had any ideas on how to help. Have you Googled to see if it's a common problem? Vanessa, also, hubby just left for the grocery store. Oh, so time to fire up Google Maps and track him. Sigh, I hate this timeline. Swank, howdy everybody. I'm sure he will be home safe and sound. See, this is me with my fingers. And Swank, hello, good morning, Swank. Let's see what days we have today. We have Happy Drink Wine Day. Nice. I like that one. I think I have a bottle of wine. I don't know, drink it all. Happy Perfume Day. Nice. And Happy Thumb Appreciation Day. I mean, that's true. I mean, these are unsung heroes and they don't get enough credit, I think. I think that's a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Swank says, just finished my herb class, going to work on my morning pages. Yay.
Nice.
And Vanessa says, hi, Swank. I definitely appreciate my thumbs. Nods, nods. Vanessa says, okay. The Writers Troop events posted in the Facebook. Yay. And Ren says, got another journal down, taking a reading break now before my brain explodes. Yeah, that I understand. Definitely different reading for school than reading for fun, for sure. Just like editing is very different. Editing someone else's work is very different than just, editing my own. Annette, drink wine day, you say, Swank? That I can get behind. Yes. And I had to approve that message.
They don't like that we are alcohol drinking people.
Yeah, but Happy Drink Wine Day went through just fine.
I don't know. I got nothing.
I don't know anything.
I mean, you know things. Just not why it's doing what it's doing.
True. I don't know if anything I know matters, though.
It does. It does.
All right.
It's Mercury in retrograde, like we said.
I do need a new CPAP machine. That's also, when I go to my doctor, I'm going to be like, I need all these referrals. Not that I need a referral, as in with my insurance, but it is a lot easier if it's listed in my thing and I can just click the button and make the appointment than having to go find the doctor and do all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but last time she did it, like the referrals expired in like 3 months or something. I'm like, can you make them last a year so I can do one at a time all year until I get them all, please? Please. My brain. I know I should just be able to do it, but I can't. So, can you work with me here?
Right?
Help me. Help you not have to yell at me so much. So yeah, excellent, excellent. All right, we talk so much. Why don't we go ahead and skip the rest of this chat and get right into our last sprint. Let's see how much of this typo fixing I can get done. All right, here we go. 30 minutes. I'll see you on the wait, one more chat. Vanessa says, I hate that YouTube doesn't give the user a heads up when a post either goes into moderation or just doesn't get posted. Not the disappearing problem, because it looks like it's there, but it's really not. Oh, yeah, like when you post a link and then it doesn't show up. Yeah, I wish it would just say, sorry, you can't post those. And on some things, it does say that, and sometimes it just disappears. So I don't know. I don't know. All right, here we go. 30 minutes. And there is our last sprint for the day. I am so tired, but I think it's just because I'm starving. So I will go eat some breakfast, which will help, and then film some things I need to film, and then walk the puppy. How'd you do, Alicia?
I finished the notebook, and so all that stuff has been transferred in and shredded. And then I wrote 308 words.
Nice. Kiana says, I have to get ready for work. Thanks for the sprints. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And Chantel joined. Hello, Chantel. Good to see you. And Vanessa says, I should probably find food before my sprints. Yes, I need to go find food. And Vanessa is sprinting next. And it looks like Dee Dee is on right now. And so is Paula and Chantel. So you have some options for places to go after this to continue your amazingly productive mornings. I am going to go eat. I've got to eat. So hungry. So rude, that yawning. And I got to chapter 22, by the way, in my edit. And then I realized a lot of things are happening a lot, so I'm just searching them in the documents. It'll be a lot faster. So I'm searching all of those, and then I'll go back and see any of the other things that aren't searchable, any of the other typos that are something more. Like there was one that was it said pieced when it was supposed to say pierced, things like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean that's, like I said, that stuff's gonna get by, but we found it now, ha ha ha. So I got that in.
She's got it.
That's right. But a lot of them are ellipses because we changed the way we do ellipses. So that's not actually a typo. That's a just search and replace. Yeah, things like that. So, and a few dialogue tags that were off. So I'm just searching for those real quick to get those all properly fixed. And then I'll go through and see the smaller things.
It won't give me the calendar. What the hell?
How rude. Yeah, we need to talk about our thing tonight. What's tonight, Alicia?
100 pages book club. We are not doing sprints. We are doing the discussion for Raven Scholar. So be sure to have that done and ready. If you can't make it because of time zones, then place it in the Shoreleaf Book Club Discord section. Any thoughts, questions? We could talk about it.
Yeah, we have Lindsay's in there, so we will talk about those. And if anyone else wants to add them, please do. So it's in our Discord under the Shore Leave tab. So come and join us. Let us know what you think. I cannot wait to discuss this thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Alicia was nice enough to put all the other sprints in there, so you can go find one that is amazing. And Shannon added Shannon as well if you want to get more writing done. And Mel says 104 pages into Beth is Dead, and I watched 3 of Alicia's videos. Woohoo! Going to continue to watch more throughout the day. Mel.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're the goat, man. Thank you both so much for sprints. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Lindsay says, I'll watch the 100 Pages Book Club chat when I get up tomorrow morning. Hope it goes well tonight. Yeah, we're very excited. Now, it is our first one ever, so we don't know what it's going to look like, but it's still going to be fun.
Yep.
And Red said, thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And Swank says, thanks for sprints. After this week of herbal classes, I'll be able to be here at 8 a.m. Woohoo! We get to know what our days are bright and early. I love it. All right. Well, whew, back. You got something to eat, huh, Vanessa? Yeah. Nicely done. Nicely. That's what I have to do now. I need to go get some food. I am hungry. I'm out of my quick, I can, grab this snack. Not a full breakfast, but a snack before I start sprints and then eat afterwards. But I'm out of my quick, let's eat this thing. Well, at least quick and eat that's worth eating. I have like crackers, but yeah, that's not
the say.
Exactly. That's not. I don't need the empty calories. I need the useful ones. So, so I'm gonna go find some useful calories. Vanessa says that was a very busy let me get food break. Vanessa says, anyway, I'm streaming at the top of the hour here and on Twitch. Excellent. So come on and see. And Lindsay says, Book of Doors is ready for me to pick up at the library. Yay! We will start that next week. So excited. And that one is not a dense fantasy, right? So that one is more of an emotional kind of thing. So hopefully that one won't be as, well, it's just going to be different, I guess.
I was gonna say it's gonna be 200.
Just going to be different. Yeah, yeah.
43 pages shorter. So
Yeah. Which Pride and Prejudice will be too. But I wouldn't mind hitting another big one. I kind of like this. I kind of like it makes the really big book less intimidating.
yeah,
So
I guess we'll have to find another big book.
I know. I'm telling you, we should do Priory of the Orange Tree.
can
But
get
we're
it
gonna
from
we'll just put that as one of the options, right? Because we also want to do a map of the other lands, so we'll put that as an option.
Yep.
And then we'll like I said, Alicia and I will find options when we start Pride and Prejudice, so that y'all can vote on the next one, so everyone has time to get the book if they don't have it. So.
Excuse me, that yawn escaped and it wasn't taking no for an answer.
Oh no! Did you put Vanessa's thing up?
I didn't see hers listed yet. I have to find it.
Let's see. This yawning's really got to go.
Right?
I think it just might be a hormonal thing, and that's why I can't concentrate either.
Hold on. I think I found.
Getting old is not for the weak. Oh no, I put them in alphabetical order. Do you know how far down you're going to be, Vanessa?
Hold on. I think I found it. Today's the 18th?
Today is the 18th.
That's the YouTube side of things. Because I know she said she was also on Twitch. But that is the YouTube version.
Excellent. I did finally find it in the alphabet. It's right there. Hey. Stop.
I know. She would have been like all the way down at my list. It's easier if I just search it.
I guess I could have done that, huh? At least I could just scroll because I knew it was at the bottom.
It's fine.
That's the benefit to alphabetical order, yeah. Can we do Pride and Prejudice and zombies? I mean, that would be fun. Might be fun to do Pride and Prejudice and then Pride and Prejudice with zombies, right?
Oh, that would be
except I do not own that book. We are trying to do books that we own.
Yeah, I don't.
But we'll give you options. We'll give you some options to vote on.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much, and I hope to see a bunch of you tonight. If not, we will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central to steal more time to get more work done. I'll see you then.
Arg.